Do you need a segue? I got you.
I know. I just didn't have enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, episode 26.
Welcome
brought to you by
to episode 26.
Brought to you by tequila?
Sure, why not?
One can only hope. We are not really down a man, but we are substituted a man today.
Put me in, coach.
With
The man, the myth.
Pug of Forth.
The legend. Pug of Forth. That's us. I like that.
Yes, Josh could not be here tonight for various circumstances, so in his place, how am I introducing you? What do you want to be called?
Matt. Just for consistency's sake.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's not consistent for you guys. It's Papa to everyone else, but...
No, I refuse. I don't know
Papa, don't preach.
Yeah, I don't know if I have said that to you, but I refuse.
I don't know. Woot. Woot's another one I go by.
Woot. Anyway, we have with us Matt.
Yeah, Matt. Hold on.
Hello,
hold on.
folks.
This is everyone that's been introduced gets to... Well, I guess Buddy didn't, but here you go. It's official now.
It's so official.
Game on.
I don't know if it would be fair to warn people up front that this is going to be a pretty World of Warcraft heavy episode, so just keep that in mind.
What's that? World of Warcraft. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know.
That game. Is that game like 14 years old or something? Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
When
what,
did it come
2004, I think?
God damn.
All I
Who
know
even
is
plays it anymore?
I was really surprised to find out that Final Fantasy XI actually came out before it.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize... Wow, I thought WoW was the veteran
So
game,
did
like it was
I.
the original.
So did I.
Wait, Final Fantasy 11 came out before
I
this?
think so. I remember having this argument with Jake, who, for everybody listening, we game with him. And
Another friend of the show.
yes, a friend of the show. And I had said something snarky about WoW being first, and he was like, I don't think so. So I had to go look it up. And I said, well, I have been told I will sit down. This time I will sit down. Yeah, anyway. So I guess we can kind of run through now playing. For some of us, it's all the same game.
And I don't know what you'd be talking about.
Yeah. Well, how about we just skip now playing and go to
No, we have
Hollow Knight and...
Okay. I was going to say, we actually do have a now playing that is...
No, yeah.
Yeah, Ben, calm down.
No, I just meant like we didn't need to do the whole round table. It's two games. You guys
no,
go
I
first.
didn't mean... Yeah, I didn't...
Oh, okay, cool.
Didn't
Right
mean
on.
it that way, Ben. Gosh. So let's talk about Hollow Knight.
Oh, Hollow Knight.
I know, right?
Is that Switch
Yeah.
exclusive?
No, it's actually started on the PC. It just kind of finally got ported to the Switch.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
thought
I've heard you guys are pretty excited. It sounds good.
Yeah,
it's
I'm a
really
big sucker
good.
for the-
I really like it.
yeah, like the 2D platformers on the Switch. They feel really good on that console.
Yeah, and it's nice to have those in particular be portable. Because that's usually my... And it doesn't work very well, but it's usually my wind down at the end of the night. Like, I take my Switch to bed and play Hollow Knight for a while, and it definitely does not relax me, but I do it anyway.
Yeah, I can see that not being a relaxing game to play at the end of the night.
No. It's
Quite
definitely
stressful.
not.
Beautiful things pop out of the wall and hit you and
And
kill you.
kill you instantly. Yeah, in particular, there's a couple of the new things in the later areas. I don't know if they're later areas. They're later than the beginning areas, but there are a couple of things in particular that are pretty badass. And I've had more than my share of frustration with it. It has that Dark Souls-esque mechanic to it where when you die, you drop all your... It's actually your money.
Oh,
and
I
you have
didn't
to
know
go
that.
back. Yeah, you have to go back and you actually fight your dead spirit ghost. Vengeful spirit, I think, is what it's called, maybe?
Does he get stronger throughout the game? Because I noticed as I got like 1 or 2 abilities, the ghost has acquired them as well.
Oh, really? Mine hasn't really lasted long enough for me to find out.
Jen, have you played Salt and Sanctuary?
Yes.
Is it similar to that, like a demon, like a Dark Souls clone kind of thing?
Kind of, sort of. But I'm
that's another game that apparently just came out of the Switch, and it's phenomenal also.
Well, this has got a lot of like roguelite elements to it as well, where you're returning back to the town to buy more upgrades or buy more map parts or...
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I guess I would compare it to Salt and Sanctuary, but it's, I don't know. I like it better. Salt and Sanctuary did not get its hooks in the way that Hollow Knight instantly
Oh, wow, yeah.
so satisfying.
Well, Salt and Sanctuary, that game was fucking hard. I remember struggling for, like, ever with that first boss. And then...
I didn't stick to it very long. I was like, I can appreciate this, but I don't have the time for it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Hollow Knight I would not say is easy, but it's...
No, I wouldn't say it's easy.
But it's definitely... It's I don't know. It's really satisfying to play.
It's got a lot of like muscle memory to it as well.
Yeah.
Like once you kind of get used to the map a little bit more, you can kind of zip yourself around. The more abilities you get, the faster you get around the place. And
I think it'll help if you guys like just like what's the premise of the game? Like, who are you? What are you trying to do? Kind of thing. Like, why are you called Hollow Knight? Or
so far I've established that I'm some sort of a bug, and the underground is like has some gas that's driving things crazy.
Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what we know.
Good old gas.
Seems like a good premise there.
Yeah. I don't know. It almost feels like you're a treasure hunter of some sort, because you keep going down there, and it seems to be a
Is it Moonlighter?
No.
I'm just kidding.
Stop comparing it to everything.
No, I'm just trying to find a reference, but also I think it's funny how all these kind of not similar games, but the whole. I think the Switch is doing a great job with how it's releasing its games.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've got Dead Cells coming out this week too. I'm pretty excited about.
Oh, is that?
That's another one.
Yeah, I think it comes out on Tuesday. I'm excited.
I think it's one of the first games
Again, another 2D platformer that I'm really excited to play.
I remember that's one of our one of the first shows that came up.
I picked it up on early access on PC, and I was like right away blown away by it. It's just a lot of fun.
Yep, I'll have to pick that up for the Switch too, because I really liked it. But what kept me from playing it is just it being on PC and that not being. It's just not as convenient for that kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But that's a good game too. But yeah, Hollow Knight, I recommend.
How long have you guys played? Oh, sorry. Couple hours? Yeah, like how long have you guys each played?
Yeah, I've only gotten a couple hours into it. I've been playing.
Okay, right on.
I've gotten... shoot, I just looked at it too. It's double digits.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if you guys ever like towards the end or end game or
I don't think so.
Oh, I'm still real early on. I think I've gotten to like the 3rd transport station. Like there's a train tunnel that you could ride a bug through.
Yeah, the big stag. The big grumpy stag bug.
Yeah, he's so cute.
I know, I love him. I love him. Everything has it's got a lot of character.
Yeah.
To it, and I really like that about it.
Even the map maker, whenever you find the cartographer on the map, you can hear him like.
Yeah, you hear the sounds, which I have yet to find him in the latest area that I'm in, and it's driving me crazy because I can't find a goddamn thing.
And he's just humming.
Like, where is this guy? I need him.
Like Necrodancer? What's that guy? You can hear him.
Sorry.
So cool.
Parts of the game.
Yeah.
Slightly different, but that would be amazing.
I got to pick that up for sure.
Yeah.
Go show.
Yeah, and it's very Metroidvania-esque, and I would definitely say focus on getting all of the map stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was doing first. I bought all the map stuff. That was the first vendor I had opened up, and I just spent all my coin on her.
Yep. I was like, oh, yes, I will be back here often, because
I was like, I'm probably going to die at some point anyway, so I may as well just spend all my coin now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, there's a bank.
Ooh.
Which I'm guessing
So far,
you
I
have
found
in
like
back.
another grumpy little Hollow Knight. He seems mad at me.
Grumpy little Hollow Knight.
He's
Trying
got
to remember.
some.
Everybody's pretty grumpy.
Yeah.
I think that's a theme, a general theme. But
Other than that, I've been really excited to play Hammond, the Wrecking Ball on Overwatch. I don't know if you guys have played much of him yet.
I haven't yet, no.
No,
I played
yeah.
him in
I haven't
training.
touched
So
it.
fun.
um,
You don't get the feel for him in training.
I know. I'm sure you don't. And I know that, and I'm going to speak for him since he's not here, but Josh played him in training as well and wasn't impressed. Whereas I played him in training and I can see the appeal. He seems like he would be really fun in practice.
Yeah, and right now a lot of people just don't know what to do with him. So you can really get in there and wreck some people.
Yeah, he's not, I don't know. He seems challenging. But I can see him being fun.
Yeah, people like to call him a low skill tank, but he's got a 3-star difficulty, so I'm not sure where they're coming up with that.
Where's that coming from? I haven't seen anything that says he's a low difficulty as far as YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, just people in games that are toxic, that are mad that you're wrecking them with the new character
stupid
that they don't know how to counter. Yeah, but he's very counterable. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't spent that much time playing Overwatch lately, although we did have a night the other night when we were able to get in there and do some team deathmatch.
Some other game has been keeping me away.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I guess we should just go with it. Here we are. We're all
Just slide
playing
into
WoW.
it like a nice new pair of slippers.
Ah, yes.
Good.
Netherweave
Yes.
slippers. Or ember silk. Or something. Pick your fabric. Who wants to talk about WoW first? We're all playing it. We might as well just...
I want our excited puppy Ben to go first.
Oh, you got it, man. Let me just segue. Well, guys, it's been a long time coming. I can't. Dan's definitely he's got more experience with this game, and I think he stepped away from it almost like 200% sure he was never coming back. I was only 100% sure, but I'm back now and with a vengeance.
Yes.
And it's pretty fucking awesome. I gotta say, what they're doing with this new expansion, what they've done since I left pretty early on in Lich King, it's great. I mean, I keep talking to Dan about it, just saying how this game's been nonstop. I mean, there have been obviously some lows, but it's impressive how it's kept its player base, how its lore is so rich and freaking tantalizing, and I don't know. I'm all in, really. I'm ready to.
Tantalizing? I'm not saying you're wrong. The word is a surprising word to hear, I guess. It's tantalizing.
So I mean, I'm really looking forward towards to the new expansion. We'll have to see what happens. I just can't deal with this right now. I'm so sad.
So excited.
I'm so sad about my boo Sylvanas.
Oh,
Did you watch the Taliesin video though?
No, I did, and I mean, we'll definitely talk about what he said because he totally nailed it. I think
He pretty
being
much
able
summed
to
up everything that I.
Yeah, I mean, the Horde's an emotional mess, so I think it took an Alliance person to put it into perspective. And I agree with everything he said, and he's right. He's right on. I mean, there's got to be, Sylvanas is not Garrus 2.0, but we don't know exactly what's happening, and that's the beauty of it. It's not. We have no idea.
Yeah, I think like we were saying, the backlash is too quick because people are it's the beginning of the story and we're going into this blind, unlike other expansions where we kind of had a sense of what will happen or how things are going to end up. So it's exciting.
Well, I'm most excited that we're going into this against each other. There's not a big bad that we're eventually going to team up with. We're not going to team up with the Alliance to go against the big bad right yet.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's true.
Because we
that
don't
really
even know what
sank
the big
in.
bad is.
Yeah, that really sank in during the old soldier videos, Sarfang, when you see those the Alliance siege machines blowing up.
Yeah, what a cinematic!
Oh my god, man, that just harkened me right back to like the old RTS days.
Well, yeah, I think that's what they were talking about. Well, a lot of people are just saying that this is an expansion that actually feels like the factions have weight again. It's not just ever since it came out, it was really okay. Yeah, you pick a team, but here and there you might want to go.
Yeah, we're all from the same bad guy. Yeah.
Yeah. The Alliance legitimately hate the Horde right now. Like, we're the bad guys for them. And we kind of feel like shit too, because we're like, fuck, we're the bad guys now. But, yeah. Well, look at us talking about this.
What's interesting too, there's a whole faction of the Horde too that's standing on Sylvanas' side. They're totally standing behind the burning of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got, what's the no pauldrons, no honor hashtag?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I took my shoulder pads off, man.
What is that? I missed that.
It's players standing in solidarity with Sarfang because he takes his pauldrons off in the
cinematic
video.
Gotcha.
I think, is that like a big thing? I think they were saying that, right? His shoulder armor was like absurd and always kind of the talking point with him.
Yeah, he's always had just like this giant shoulder plate.
Man, that's good.
I mean, you can see it when he throws it down in that video too. You can hear the weight of it hitting the ground.
Yeah.
There will be no honor today.
Yeah, I had to watch that a second time because should we like back
I've watched it like 5 times. I love it.
Should we hold on? I didn't mean I didn't additionally watch it a bunch more times. Should we like talk about what the story actually is? Because I feel like we've been kind of vague.
I guess, we should. We're just so excited we're all over the place.
For the people who are still listening, even though they know it's 100% Warcraft, really, but yeah, absolutely. Go for it, guys.
Oh, God. I don't even know where to start, though.
Yeah, that's the kicker.
Because, like, the big question from Battle for Azeroth so far has been who burned the tree?
Which starts the war,
Which
essentially.
starts the war, right. And, there was all this speculation, and nobody knew who it was going to be. Was it going to be Sylvanas, who's in charge of the Horde, or was it going to be, Anduin, or the Night Elves, or some random somebody who just shows up with a match? Like, what is it?
The conspiracy theories were a flutter on the internet. Everyone from Rathian to the Desolate Council in Undercity. There were tons of people that could have been to blame for this.
Yeah.
And then our boo just demanded that it be burned.
Burn it!
And I started off being disappointed because Sylvanas is the obvious choice to me. Like, that's where, if you're looking at it objectively, like, of course it would be Sylvanas. So it's kind of disappointing that they went that route, but then the more you think about it, it kind of is okay because it's created this huge rift.
Yeah, it makes it more interesting because it's the obvious pick ultimately. At least that's how I think about it now in retrospect. Like, other ideas would have felt more clever at the time, but then when you think about the implications of this, it's bigger in every way.
Right.
That's what Taliesin put in kind of the point we made earlier. He said if they had done something where, it was a scorched earth kind of thing and Anduin wanted to burn it so the Horde wouldn't have it, or there was some weird nuance that had to happen for X reason, then it would have been like every other expansion where there's there's a clear-cut bad guy, there's a clear-cut reason for everything happening, there's a very linear path, and you can kind of see where it's going. But here it's like, what the fuck's going on? Who's who? Mm-hmm. All these expectations are being let down. Everyone thought it would be Sylvanas, and that would be so disappointing, but at the same time, everyone had no idea that it would actually be here because they were so sure it wouldn't be here, so it's just throwing everybody off. Like, I think they did a great job with I know there's a lot of controversy right now with the writers and people getting abused from it, or the writers getting abused from other people, but
yeah, that's kind of unreal to me The fact that the writers are actually getting like harassed on Twitter and stuff.
WoW fans are very passionate people, and they're quick to share their opinions online.
Fine, but Jesus,
but obviously it was a shit show.
Well, and I think that's what they were kind of going for, almost. Like, I mean...
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
They knew this was going to get like all kinds of reactions. They knew it's going to be polarizing. That's what's smart about it. This is creating a crap ton of hype. It's putting it back. And the reason
that they released Old Soldier the way that they did, kind of, under wraps and not really giving it an answer at all.
Yeah.
It was like they planned this. They wanted the chaos. They wanted that, like what you guys are talking about, that rift and everyone up in arms, and then boom.
Let's kind of go through that real quick. So Old Soldier, then, we've got the burning of the tree. That happened at the beginning of the week, and that was a big deal, and everybody was up in arms. But then they secretly had this cinematic lined up to release a few days later.
Yeah, like 5 in the morning.
Like 5 in the morning.
Which kind of is funny because it reflects the video,
Right.
Yeah, it really did.
I mean,
you're right.
It's not 5 a.m. everywhere, but...
Not even that, but it's like the dawn of the Battle of Lordaeron when it's going to release on Tuesday for reset day. So they kind of did it like, randomly at 5 a.m. on a weird day just before this battle starts. So they're like, man, they're kind of going, it's like wowception here. It's crazy.
But Old Soldier is from the perspective of Saurfang, who is Sylvanas' right-hand orc.
Yeah.
I guess.
It's the most poetic way to put it, I guess, yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, he's just been around forever. Like, he's fought in almost every war.
Saurfang has seen 6 war chiefs. He's been around for all 3 of the major wars.
Shit, really?
So he's OG. He's
oh my god!
And his whole snag is that he can't get the honorable death that he feels he deserves. Like,
how many people has he seen die?
Soldiers.
Yeah,
pretty much everyone.
I mean, he had his own son die in his arms, and he had to kill him again.
Oh shit, that was heartbreaking when I saw that too, man.
So I mean, he's just such a deep character. So it's really neat that they're digging into his lore.
Yeah, I really, really liked that cinematic in general, though, because I don't know much about him, but like that little scene there where he's showing his son with the honorable death, and he's like, and I did not get to have mine. And then he's taken off his armor, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to go out here by myself, and I am going to take my honorable death. And then
he's going to go out there for the Makara.
Yeah.
Then there's Zappy Boy, who shows up and is like, hey, what are you giving up?
That was my biggest moment for me, was the double tap on his son and the double tap on Zappy Boy. Man, that was like, okay, I'm back. And that was the point of that video. I was like, okay, this is it. I'm back in the Horde now. Like, this is my Horde. Man, it's so crazy how they make you feel this shit. Like, it was so funny. I remember that moment when he did that to Zappy Boy, and like, they kind of smiled at each other, grabbed each other's shoulders, and started walking back. And the Horde flags going up in the sunlight and everything. It was. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the where he pushes him down and he says something about giving up, and then Zappy Boy looks at him and goes, like you. And that was the moment for me. I was like, fuck yes, call him out. Call him out. Go Zappy Boy.
Me, was the opposite for that. I was like, really, new kid, you're going to talk shit to Saurfang? I was waiting for him to bust his face in. But then, like that pivotal moment where he just realizes, shit, you're right. No, what are we fighting for? And
okay, this is stupid. Let's not, let's not do the rash thing here.
Well, did you guys watch the Taliesin video, the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Taliesin called it out exactly the way I've been feeling.
I was going to say, like, that point that he made about that scene was what really solidified it for me, is when he said, Saurfang has been, like, depressed and wanting to, have his honorable death and just ready to end it all because he saw no hope in the Horde anymore. He was the oldest one there. He was the only one that seemed to have preserved these ideals and what the Horde was really like. And, he was the old guy, the old soldier. And then this guy calls him out, says, you're giving up. And it's the reason, that's the moment he sees, okay, that the future of the Horde is still here. It's this kid, this little guy who's not even, fought once in a war, but he still wants to believe. He still wants to do the right thing. And So, that's what everyone's rallying about, around. And Zappy Boy might be, hopefully, be some sort of protagonist in the next expansion.
The Can is his name. They haven't found
him
but he's named, and they haven't found him in the game yet. But it's possible he could be coming back.
There's a hashtag that's circulating now about save Zappy Boy because everyone thinks he's gonna die.
The original
he zaps Gen.
What's that?
He goes for Gen Greymane and
that's him.
Yeah, that's why he's Zappy Boy.
That's why he's he's like an OG right off the bat, bro.
Oh man, I saw that. I saw he got zapped, but I didn't realize it was him. That's fucking sweet.
I need to go find that cinematic because I haven't seen that one, so I didn't know. Oh, and you totally should
because that cinematic literally starts minutes after.
Exactly.
It goes straight into it.
Well,
that's the one I've watched with my kids like maybe 6 or 7 times now.
And I know Zappy Boy. I know that he says in the very beginning of that video that this is his first battle.
Mm-hmm. Right.
But I, as a player, I've been playing since vanilla, and I really connect with Zappy Boy just as we've never really gone to war with the Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
This is almost our first battle as well, where we're actually going to see some serious people hit the deck on this one.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Did you ever fight the Alliance in the RTS games?
Like
like an actual war?
Yeah, but it's not the same.
Not like the World of Warcraft war. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, it's if you go and you read or you watch the videos from that novel, I think it is novel.
Yeah, novel 1883 or something. Some weird number.
Yeah, novel.
We'll have to share all these guys in the show notes.
For people who are actually interested.
They're all great channels that we're talking about.
Yeah,
I agree.
But like you hear a bunch of that lore, and there's really a lot of it. There is so much story here that is just insane.
And we're really just scratching the surface on it.
I didn't even know they had books until you guys were sharing them. I was like, oh, lots of books.
Oh man, yeah. Well, I'll get there in a minute, but the Horde versus Alliance thing, there's been a lot of background as to why these two factions are separate factions. And, they've tried to make it work before and it never really, they could not get to that peaceful conclusion, but we haven't really seen it in World of Warcraft. It's all been like these huge world ending threats that were like, hey, maybe we should just kind of truce for a minute and work together on this. So it's, the way they've set up for us to really not like each other is cool.
And now that you've got the, did you end up picking up Chronicle?
I did.
Now that you've got that, it's also got some of the definitive answers into there as to who was responsible for killing what bosses, in regards to whether the Alliance was actually responsible for killing a boss or the Horde is responsible for killing a boss.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's a lot of
because everyone's doing raids, huh?
Right. So they actually draw a clear line in the sand in the Chronicles as to who defeated certain bosses.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty neat to see that too, and I think that was a clear cut attempt to move into Battle for Azeroth too.
Yeah,
just wanting to draw those party lines.
In the Siege of Orgrimmar, who's supposed to defeat him?
That was a complete collective between the Horde.
That was okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, who is the bad guy from the Siege of Orgrimmar?
That was Garrosh. Yeah.
Okay.
That was corrupt. The one everyone compares Sylvanas to right now.
Yeah, I know the name. I just don't know the names with the with the scenarios that they may have come from. I guess. Because that's what I'm trying to say. Getting there. I've been very specifically focused on certain.
We've been pretty glued to those playlists. I mean, at least I have been. But the novel guy is excellent. He was a little bit tough to follow. He speaks very fast sometimes, but it's
got
just
that accent.
It's good. The accent doesn't bother me at all. It's just it's hard to, even at the first video of his playlist isn't in chronological order of how he released it, so he uses a lot of words and a lot of references that I still don't know, so it still gets confusing, but it's still full of just so much. It's crazy. Like I need to brush up on my. Who's the next Warbringer coming out?
Ashara.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's the one.
I have no idea who she is. Like, no, not even.
I'm so excited about that. She used to be a highborn night elf, and she was the first. The old gods turned her into a Naga, so she's where all of the Naga came from, right? All of her and all of her followers became the Naga. So
that race came from her.
Yeah.
So they opened up. She was in charge of the Well of Eternity. Well, wasn't in charge of it, but she was around the Well of Eternity, and that was where the first Burning Legion portal opened up.
Oh yeah,
but
she thought she was gonna.
At the same time, the Nightborn had their Well of whatever it is, and they put that big bubble over Suramar City to protect them because they thought the end of the world was happening. So I'm kind of excited to see how Queen Ashara is going to react to Thalistria from the Nightborn.
Oh wow!
I think she's gonna kind of be like, "Yo, you kind of abandoned us when we needed you." And
that's like thousands and thousands of years
this way. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, I
think there's some more animosity to surface before it's all said and done with. But something that somebody else pointed out is both of the Warbringer videos so far between Jaina and Sylvanas have both heavily kind of leaned on the Lich King.
Yep.
There's been some undead going on. You get a little background story.
Yeah. Well, Jaina was the Arthas was her boo, right? Weren't they like
originally?
Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that.
But there was a long time after, like that was early on.
Yep, but if you actually killed Arthas and got the legendary off of him, you get a lockbox of things that he kept dear, and one of them is a locket that he kept from Jaina.
Yeah.
Which you can use to port to Dalaran.
And now I use it to troll people.
Yep.
Wow, what do you mean?
Let me set up a portal for you guys to go to Dalaran, except it's Northrend Dalaran, not Legion Dalaran.
Or if there's a mage, I'll just stand right on top of the mage and put my portal right on top of his. Thanks, Arthas.
Wow.
Yep. Oh, yeah, down this rabbit hole once again.
Do you regret it, Dan?
No, I don't. The only thing I regret right now is that missing a lot of Legion. Like, rejoining now with, like, a month and a half of it left to go when we came in on that free weekend. Like, I realized I think Legion was really one of the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, I guess that's a good way to segue to that topic. I mean, we're coming from Legion now, going into BFA, what have we thought has gone well or gone poorly with Legion, especially maybe from your point of view, Papa, seeing as you were active for all of it?
Man, I really loved Legion. I've only missed maybe one or two expansions since WoW was launched, and Legion has by far just been the most lore-intensive, the most active. There's just more things to do in the game now than there ever has been. Group-wise, it's more flexible than it's ever been. I think they obviously had some missteps. I think the legendary system had its flaws. That's been pointed out countless times.
Yeah, the fact they were like total RNG. Yeah,
they're total RNG, and some specs like completely relied on them. I mean, you just weren't ever going to keep up with another person in your spec if you didn't have the proper legendaries.
How many were you allowed to equip at one time?
At first, it started with one, and then as you advance your class hall, you were able to equip a second one.
Oh.
And then when Argus came out, I believe he drops a legendary trinket that does not count towards your other two legendaries. But it's like a 0.001 or something stupid chance like that.
I was surprised by the we're coming back to the game. Like, I played maybe a month of Legion and then had to call it quits, just kids and everything and all that. But they made it easy to catch up, like easier than any other expansion that I can remember. Just come right back in and do a few quests, and you're in respectable gear to be able to kind of play the current content. Like, within 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, I was running the mage tower challenges and actually getting some done, stuff like that. Like, it's not anything I was even planning on doing or expecting to be able to do, which was fun for a returning player. Where like that wall wasn't nearly as tall as it used to be.
Yeah, they did a really good job this expansion of, as they rolled out new content, they were able to scale back previous content in this expansion to make it a little bit easier and more accessible for alts or just new players to the game. They didn't want you to get bogged down having to, grind out normal dungeons to get heroic dungeon gear, to get mythic dungeon gear. So they just basically shifted all the item level of gear around to make it easier for people to get into it.
Yeah, it was exciting for me because I got to experience everything I wanted to in Legion, before it was completely over. And I really wasn't expecting to be able to do that, so it was a pleasant surprise for me.
Something else they really did well in this expansion was, in regards to alts at least, was once you finished certain quest lines, you were able to just kind of skip over them with your alts. You could tell the NPC, you accept the quest and tell the NPC, yo, I've heard this story before, and next thing you know, you're on Argus.
Oh, nice.
Ship.
And like the Darkshore now then, right?
Yeah, they followed that up with Darkshore right now too. So, now if you've got your alts and you've already completed the prereqs for the War of Thorns, you can just get on your alt, tell Sylvanas you've heard the story, and she takes you over to Darkshore, and you can get your world quest, get your 210 plus gear your alt up, get ready for the expansion.
Yeah, I may have done that an embarrassing amount of times now with alts.
Yeah, it's because
you're an altaholic like me, my friend.
Yep,
altaholic. Yes. That's awesome. Oh, it's so good.
I've got 6 110s now, and it's barely been a month and a half since I've been back. But
yeah, that's.
Dan likes to flex his screenshot of all his 210s.
Yeah, he sure does. And every time he does it, I die a little more inside.
Well, it's a good time to do it. Like we don't have what we had for the Legion pre-patch. Legion pre-patch had an extremely stupidly easy way to level anything from like level 1. So we had transferred to Illidan shortly before Legion, I want to say. It was like sometime during Warlords of Draenor. So like I had my main characters over here, but I didn't want to pay for the character transfer to bring them all over. So during the Legion pre-patch was a great time for me to just, roll a bunch of characters and just get them all to 100 at that point. So now I've been slowly working to get them all to 110 because the Legion assaults make it really easy to just, blitz through those levels.
Yeah, they're up for like 5 or 6 hours at a time.
Exactly.
You can get on and do them with all your alts while they're up and get 2 or 3 levels out of it and log back in.
And if you have the Legion flying, like I managed to unlock it on my main, it's 15 minutes and you've gone up a level.
Yep.
So it's that's been my project for the most part. Just catching up and trying to struggle to decide on a main right now.
I shamefully boosted a couple of tunes at the end of the expansion here, but it was the first time I ever really delved into playing all 12 classes and getting a good grip on all of them.
I was going to say, you got the mage tower done on every one of them?
Oh, 36 mage towers.
Jesus Christ.
Hardcore and impressive.
Plus an additional 9 for a buddy of mine.
Yeah, I don't even think I had a character ready to try that. And it was I did, but it was the priest. And everything that I was reading said that the priest one was a bitch. And I was like, I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm curious, Papa. Which one was the hardest for you?
So the way they did it was they not each spec has a different scenario. They had a handful of scenarios and applied them across the board. Mm-hmm. So it was like 1 healing scenario, 1 tank scenario, and I think maybe 4 or so different DPS scenarios. Man, it's all just such a wash now. I couldn't tell you who was. There were some of them, the earlier ones. There was a little bit more of a learning curve. Once you got more down with the mechanics, it was just a matter of like figuring out how to work around those mechanics with each class's abilities.
Right. So there wasn't one that stood out that was like, oh my god, I want to fucking kill myself.
Oh man, the healing ones, but that's just because I've never mained the healer. Yeah, I think the monk, the Mistweaver monk, made me want to pull my eyes out just because I don't get Mistweaver. It's just so awkward to me.
I'm struggling with monk right now.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I'm not going to say that I'm, pro at it or anything, but the couple of dungeons that we ran where I played my Mistweaver, I was getting the hang of it. I thought it was okay. It's different. It is different.
Me, for like the monk specs I played, it was mostly during Pandaria. The healing one was my favorite one. I know they've reworked it, twice, if not 3 times since then. But like I'm working on leveling mine.
Oh,
It's like the first spec I want to try. Like I really had fun with it. Again, because maybe it's different.
I think if I'm going to heal, I like to do it on my my paladin and my druid mostly. The paladin because I can actually DPS pretty well in 5-man content. I usually try to keep up with at least the tank on the damage charts.
As a holy spec?
Yeah. Holy paladins are really strong this expansion.
Oh yeah, I was having
if you
fun
got
with
the
it.
right legendary setup, you know.
Oh nice. Yeah, I'll have to concentrate and get some love to my pally again.
Yeah,
I've been falling in love with Warrior.
Isn't that what you're gonna? Oh, you still kind of up?
No, it definitely is. I mean, my pally's been my OG since I started. I didn't have a group to play with, so I always played my pally, and it took me forever to get to max level. But this expansion, when I came back, I started with Warrior, and it's been pretty absurd and pretty fun.
Yeah, the Warriors are really strong right now. And you found a pretty good group of people to play with, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, I think they're all right.
Shameless plug for the Bloodborne, Illidan.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Anyone looking to raid during BFA? We're going to be doing some heroic, some mythic, do mythic plus content, do the whole thing.
Oh my god, we're so official. It's not even funny.
Oh man, I love this. It's it's weird for me because I mean Matt and I go back 10 years, if not 12 now.
Yeah.
And it's like these 2 circles of friends converging now on this game it's kind of surreal, but I'm like, it's just
what's that older war quote that you guys do all the time? It's like,
oh god.
Dear.
Yeah, that's we've got a link to that on Vimeo somewhere, but I'll keep that one private.
Yeah, that's
nerds.
That's a shout out to DP right there. Dead Panther, one of our...
Oh, Dead Panther, right. Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm
Good old
so
DP. Today's episode is brought to you by the letters DP.
No, I do not endorse this. No.
How are you feeling about the druid, Jen? You seem to be excited about it so far.
I do like the druid. I like the heals because I can run around like an idiot and just you get a hot and you get a hot.
Just Oprah Winfrey.
Yes.
Look under your seats. There's an effervescence.
Oprah Winfrey is a shaman name, though.
Ooh,
oh, that's so good.
That's fucking awesome.
That's a classic one.
Oh my god. Wait, Jen, have you used Tranquility yet? Because that's my favorite.
I haven't. I still haven't used
gosh.
it. I haven't done any healing since we had that conversation.
That sound, it soothes me.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Is it still have the same sound effect?
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah,
Speaking of soothe, Druids actually got soothe back as a spell in BFA.
Oh, snap.
You can soothe animals again.
Not that I would be in a position to check this, but let me see if I actually put Tranquility on my bar.
You don't even have it on your bar.
I have it on my bar.
Noob Druid.
Shut up.
I don't want to say that I'm a pro or anything, but
Here we go. Let's see.
I didn't say I'm a pro, but I at least have all my spells on the bar.
I don't know if you heard that, Ben. And it's got like a super long cooldown, but it had a very like ethereal.
yeah, it's got the
It's got the what?
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what that sound was.
Oh yeah, we could do some thwomps.
Oh boy.
Sounded like the sound my toothpaste makes when I squeeze it.
What are you
What
actually
toothpaste is
meaning?
that, man?
Close up.
There's a question in there, I think.
There was a question, yeah. Papa, what are you maining? Are you going with your paladin first?
Sorry, the only question I heard was what kind of toothpaste do I use?
That's the priority, okay?
It's the bubblegum flavored one. Come on.
Well, with all hopes here, I'm going to be able to switch my days off, and I'm going to be trying to raid with you guys on Thursdays for the alt raids. In addition to running the normal raid, So with that in mind, I'm probably going to do the Paladin and the Druid.
Yeah.
I like both of those because between the two of them, I have 7 specs that I can choose to play.
Yeah, the Druid has a lot going on. Speaking of which, I should probably...
Feral Druid.
Oh, God. I do not like Feral. That's the one that I didn't like. Which
That's my
makes me
favorite.
sad because it's the cat. Like, I don't like the cat.
Oh, wait. Which one's the bear? The bear's
The bear
not
is
fair.
Guardian.
Guardian.
Oh, is that new? Is that different now?
I don't
Nope.
think so.
No.
I don't. Has it always been like that?
Cat Druid is for fight. Bear Druid is for tank.
My first ever character
I
in vanilla.
think they used to only have Feral, though.
Yeah, because when I started, my first ever character was a Night Elf Druid, and I started Feral because he was a tank. But that was in vanilla.
Oh,
so
it may have just been not. It may have not just been 4 specs. They may have been both like under the same thing at one point.
Yeah.
It was one of the talent, like when the talent trees used to branch out like absurd.
Yes. I think that's the throwback right there. Holy crap, that goes back a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they brought the 4 spec, the 4 spec in a while ago.
Hey, I meant to ask you. I've been playing Demon Hunter now. Do they only have 2 specs?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have Tank or Spank.
Ooh, I like that.
2 settings.
Wow.
And both are stupid fun.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That's one of the ones I'm considering for my main this time around.
The Death Knight, or I'm sorry, the Demon Hunter DPS was just insane this go around for Legion, which makes sense. I mean, they were the hero class for the Legion expansion.
The shiny new thing.
God, it seems like they've been around for so long now. It doesn't even seem like they came out with this expansion, but yeah, they scaled so well. It's like their damage had 0 drop off. The more you pulled, the more damage they did.
They were a lot of fun. I didn't get that far. I think I only got up to like 103, but that was when Legion came out. I started a Demon Hunter, and I was like, "This is hella cool." But
yeah, they did a good job with it.
Ever since Final Fantasy, I've realized that healing is like my thing. So
Your calling.
It's my calling.
Oh.
Must heal.
I was trying to do the tranquility thing again.
Yeah, no, I got that. I got where you're going with that.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate it.
I don't. I don't know, man.
Did we just become best friends?
Oh, geez.
Yup.
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm gonna be tanking or healing or DPSing. I kind of try to flex to fit whatever the raid needs. I like the tank. That's my number 1.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I never thought I would ever tank anything ever in my life.
I'm a control addict. I like to hold the reins in the raid.
Oh God, I don't.
I can understand that.
I am so the opposite.
Dan's just into spanking, hardcore spanking.
Yeah, DPS has always been my thing. I enjoy healing. I enjoy tank. It's just where I tend to kind of gravitate towards. But this expansion, yeah, I think I'm really between Demon Hunter and Warrior right now, just because I've got those 2 specs that I can do with them. Can't exactly put my finger on why, but I'm not feeling the Death Knight this time around, which is kind of weird for me because I've been playing it for 10 years. But yeah, I'm between one of those 2 for both roles.
Oh, the Death Knights though, they were so lore rich in Legion.
Yes, the class campaign was just freaking nuts. Now we were talking about earlier today, and just said I had flashbacks to it because it's been a long time since I did them. But yeah.
I made one today out of curiosity, and I was like, "Oh my god, the Lich King is like the first thing you see when you load into your." Like what?
It makes me want to start one just to see.
You totally should. There's a reason why I never strayed from playing that class when Wrath came out. Like I knew I was going to main one before they're even playable, and then that starting campaign that you get with them was just fucking fantastic. Did not disappoint.
So the class hall campaigns for Legion were, I was telling you earlier, that's something that makes me want to drag my eyes out when I did all 12 of them at the end of the day, but they were so rewarding. Like, there's just so much story in this game, and it's like every corner you look to, there's more to be told, and I mean, the paladins help the priests out. So, I mean, you end up going to the Netherlight Temple. When you're a Death Knight, you end up going to the Paladin class hall to try and resurrect one of their champions.
Yep.
I mean, it's so cool to see all these little tiny stories that are hidden in this game.
Yeah. Yeah, they are an impressive.
I don't know, I was talking with Dan about it earlier. Basically, you've got the Lich King breathing down your neck the whole time as a Death Knight, threatening that, yeah, if you die, I'm going to take it all back. It's all going to be mine. The Death Knights, Archeris, the whole thing. Because you currently are, like, if you're the Death Knight, you play the role as, like, the Death Lord. You're in charge of the Death Knights, you're in charge of Archeris, you're in charge of the Horsemen.
Oh, wow.
Like, you're the head honcho.
Yeah, he sends you off to do all those things in his name.
Well, how do you break out of it?
You're keeping in check pretty much.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's not really a bad guy. He's that neutral chaotic maybe? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not familiar with the whole spectrum of things.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I mean, when it was Arthas, he was obviously just an evil baddie, and even that was up in the air for whether he was really bad.
This isn't his Lich King.
No, this is Bolvar.
It's
the new Lich
now.
King.
Yeah,
the original guy. No.
That when you beat Arthas in the raid, the guy that takes his crown to keep him contained.
Okay, see, that's why I was getting confused. I was like, what do you mean he's not a bad guy?
Ner'zhul was the first Lich King, and he was an orc. And then his spirit was encapsulated in that helm and the armor. And that's when Arthas got, through Frostmourne and that whole story there, which I won't go over in great detail now. That's the Wrath of Lich King expansion is Arthas that you're fighting as the big bad guy. When you take him down, Bolvar Fordragon, who's been held there as a prisoner since Wrathgate, then eventually he sacrifices himself to contain the Scourge and becomes the next Lich King. So in Legion, he starts talking to you, the Death Knight champion, if you play Death Knight, and all that stuff happening there.
Huh. What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't realize it was the Lich King after. I guess that kind of makes sense.
Yeah, it's because the Lich King is always the person occupying it, and the soul of Ner'zhul. It's like they're being torn in two different directions. At least from my understanding of it. So it's pretty damn cool. And the shit that you pull off in the class order hall and stuff that, when you go to the Paladin one, it's worth looking up on YouTube if you want to see it, because it's pretty sinister shit that happens.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's just been some really dark, really, really fun lore that they've been able to get across in this expansion. And I think that was mostly due to, the focus on the classes and in particular.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't expect to get into all of this quite as hard as I have, but we talked about this before. I leveled a character, so I got I experienced a bit of story, but it didn't really grab me the way that. For some reason, coming back to it now, I'm like, it's got the hooks.
Well, I think it's the same reason for me too. It just there's a difference when you have a community, when you are immersed in that community, and like Dan and now Matt have essentially infected us with this bug. That I mean, the game is great. There's no denying it. The game has survived this long, and it's still just a powerhouse. But it's the community, it's its lore that just really is what gets it so.
Well, I'll take full responsibility. I came over to your WoW channel and started pumping that thing up.
Yeah.
Well, in the background,
and check us out.
He's always been saying, we'll have to try it out one time. Dan, when you decide you want to play again, I'll join you.
I just want a tour, man. I want a tour.
Exactly. And I always promise, go check out the old raids. We'll find a time to do it. And then that free weekend happened, and then the rest is history. We're all here.
That is so funny.
It's like, God damn it! It's
How did you do it, Dan? Oh, you had kids. That's right. That's the only thing.
I needed to quit cold turkey for the kids because before that I was running the guild that we're in now. I couldn't do the raiding and all that, and that's when I stumbled on you guys. Finding a different community of dad gamers who all understood what it was like if you had to quit to change some diapers and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Destiny back in those days.
And then there's me. I don't know where I fit into all this.
It doesn't matter. You somehow do.
You've got the soul of a dad.
I don't. No. That is not
Jen
not
is
right.
Jen is the real Papa.
Jen is like E-T-double-L now.
That is definitely not.
Can we call you Papa Jen from now on?
Oh, God. I mean, I'll allow it just because it's funny, but I will shake my head every time. I'm just so far away from anything that is true about me. I'm like, oh look, they're kids. Yay. Children, everybody, they're children. Oh.
Can you take it back now?
What's that?
What?
That's usually my response to children is like, cool.
Exactly.
Oh.
Can you take it back now?
I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I offended you by calling her Papa.
I know, right? It's like, what does he mean?
Damn,
What does he mean take it back?
He's really intense about this.
I thought maybe he was upset that I have children issues. I'm sorry,
Children
okay?
issues are now a Papa title.
Oh, man. Take it back right now.
I'm so not.
3 minutes this time.
I'm so not into the kid thing. I do not understand. I am not good at it. I am not family friendly. There's just nothing. Nothing. Anyway.
Cha-cha,
We
real
digress.
Oh my
Cha-cha
God.
again.
I was going somewhere with that lore thing. I think I was going to talk about the books.
I think you were, yeah.
Good call.
Yeah. I had a small adventure the other night trying to get the Chronicle Volume 3 and Before the Storm, which is the novel that's kind of like is it the precursor kind of to Battle for Azeroth?
Yep.
Sort of?
I'm 12 chapters in now on it.
on Chronicle?
No, on Before the Storm.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
They're going to say, I'm 12% sure that you're right. I was like, that's very specific. I'm about 12% sure. It's like 66.66 repeating, of course.
Repeating, of course. Like, he's just, look, Dan knows the math, okay?
Oh, man. He believes in science.
I have yet to actually start Before the Storm properly. I did read the prologue with the goblins, and I was like, this is making me happy. But I did. What was I doing? I was out eating. That's what it was. And I started up one of the books, one of the not Kindle, but PDF books that I had. And which one was it? Oh my God, I don't remember now. That's bad. It's really good though. I got a couple chapters into it and I was like, OMFG, this is really good. Tides of War? Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, the Jaina one. Yeah, I read that one too.
Yeah, it is fucking good.
Oh, really? It's a good read? Like, it's not, doesn't feel forced at all?
No, I think Christy awesome. Golden, who's been writing the latest novels, I think she's actually part of the lore team now. Like, it's all officially canon. Like, I know.
Oh, wow.
But so, yeah, like, she's very active, and like, I know that her books were always the better received ones of any of the WoW ones.
Is she a famous author? Has she written anything else?
I don't know if that's her claim to fame or not. I'd have to look it up. But like, I've read 4 or 5, if not more of them, of hers now, and I've enjoyed all of them. I started with the Arthas one.
Yeah.
Wow, it looks like she's written for Star Wars too.
Yes, she had. They had a whole list of stuff at the beginning of the book that she's done, and it was like Star Wars and a lot of the.
StarCraft, it looks like too.
Yeah, book series that are also like other things, like games and movies and stuff. Like, she seems to bridge that gap.
Damn, she's got quite an imagination there. Yeah. That's impressive. That's That's the spectrum right there.
Wow, 50 novels and several short stories. Wow,
So she's got some credentials.
There's been some uproar about it too, though, about how you have to go to so many peripherals to find all the story nowadays.
Yeah, and
right.
I'll echo that.
Unfold in the game.
Yeah, the Warlords of Draenor, like there's so much backstory in the book that there's no way you could have understood everything that was going on in the game without having read it. So I don't know how it was for anything else or how it will be for BFA, but
well, I think that the Taliesin video kind of made a good point on that too. There's a point where you just can't put all of that in.
Yeah, agreed.
Because it would be boring as shit. This isn't like your standard, JRPG where you're just by yourself and you can just read or watch, days of cutscenes to get all this.
Yeah.
This is a more active universe, and I don't know how they would make it work.
Yeah.
Now that you mention, it makes me think back to when we were playing Final Fantasy XIV and how that initial leveling grind involves so much story, and it felt painfully slow because of it.
And I was okay with that because it felt more like a traditional RPG to me than.
I think at the beginning I felt that too. What would you say? Painfully slow? Yeah. But I think I agree with Jen. Towards the end, it was nice. I thought it was different. It felt different. It felt different from WoW, which I thought was.
It is. It's an interesting contrast to me because it kind of forces you through the story, but it forces you to actually experience the story. As opposed to WoW, where oh shit, I accidentally clicked out of that text box. I wonder what that guy said to me.
That's actually a good point.
You just never know again than what you missed in that quest. And there's a lot of, for example, when I'm leveling my monk, I don't remember the name of the zone, but it's the one with Orcus and Johnny Awesome and all of that. You have to pay attention to these things.
Hills Bradford Hills.
Yeah.
I told you you need to quest through there.
I just happened to end up there after following some breadcrumb quests through wherever, and I was like, oh my god, this place is great. There's so much the NPC flavor here is so good, and if you're not paying attention to what the people are saying to you, reading their little text boxes and stuff, you miss so much. There's a lot of really good stuff in here.
Yeah,
and it's hard.
That little quest hub starts with you becoming the quest giver.
Yes.
So all the NPCs are coming to you to get the quests. I don't know, man. Go kill some pigs.
I loved that so much. You send Orcus out. And you're like,
what?
You know what? Go.
Yeah, it's so good.
It is so good. Yeah, you.
Oh man, I have to do that.
Yeah, you get on this horse.
Came out with Cataclysm. It was part of the rework of that zone.
It's really good.
Definitely go play it, Ben.
But yeah, I guess I won't spoil it for you then at all. But
On my way.
It's it made me so happy the way they come up and you're like, you know what? Go do this thing. And then eventually you kind of wander around and you find them doing the thing that you sent them to do with
awesome.
Varying degrees of success. So it's kind of
As I was questing through that zone the other day, I was really curious what's going to happen to all that come BFA with the Battle of Lord Aaron, or the Battle for Undercity coming up on Tuesday here.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to happen to that whole zone? Is the Alliance going to end up occupying it? Or,
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering too. Are we switching with them? Are we going to have Darnassus for the undead? Just a husk of a tree?
I don't know. I don't know if they're both going to be just unusable.
Oh, okay.
I
don't know. It's that's what I had assumed, but yeah, that's a valid point too. I really don't know.
At the end of the BFA trailer, Sylvanas ends up blighting the battlefield. So it's possible that she will end up just blighting all of Undercity.
Spoiler warning.
It essentially uninhabitable. No, that's in the video.
Oh, it is?
Maybe it's not. Maybe spoiler. Oops.
How dare you. Ruiner!
Wow. Oh, where's my red? My...
Spoiler. The Forsaken come out and use fucking Blight. Sorry for the curse.
Wrathgate 2.0.
Right, yeah.
Did you just apologize for swearing?
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know the rules around here. I'm trying to be polite.
You're good. We've got an explicit warning on the channel, so.
Yeah.
I suck toes. What?
You cootie queen. You lint licker.
Oh dear. Papafoot.
What the French toast?
Papawoot.
Oh, Papawoot. That pluralizes it, so it's your Papa feet now. The umlaut.
Does it? I don't know if it works that way. Does it work that way?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
I thought that was not just transferred.
I'm not just sure. I'm HIV positive.
And there you have it.
Sorry, guys. I saw that episode of South Park last night. I was laughing so hard. I mean, Carmen made me. I was legitimately crying. I was crying. I was laughing so hard. I'm not just sure. I'm HIV positive.
Have you seen their anti-drink or their drink responsibly commercial?
I think no.
Stone put it out. Oh, it's hilarious.
Oh,
it's a parody of like all the Grey Goose and all the different liquor commercials and things like that.
Oh, you'll have to link it for us, man.
Yeah, I'll put it in the Discord later. It's hilarious.
Oh man, it's a great show. So the consensus here is Battle for Azeroth is pretty fucking awesome. We're pretty excited.
Oh yeah.
I'm so excited.
The hype
I am
super
too.
real.
I wasn't at first. I was just initially excited to be playing with you guys again, and I was like so about the actual idea of the expansion, just because back to the faction war. But now, with the cinematics have been coming out, yeah, I'm 110% on board.
I think the moment that did it for me was when the Jaina video. Like that's where
oh my
it started
God.
for me.
So
I have
good.
probably watched that like 87 times, and I tend to sing it when I'm not watching it. So it's kind of.
My wife is just happy that I finally stopped saying the Overwatch quotes and I just sing that chanting now. Justice reigns from. Shut up!
Start doing the Fortnite dances in your kitchen next.
Oh my gosh! Please, video evidence.
Oh, of course.
The old soldier video is what's got me just roped back in. It's got me excited for the new allied races that are coming. It's just got me excited to be a member of the Horde.
Oh yeah! What a cinematic for the veteran players.
The back of my leg. Yeah. Oh, and I'm really excited for the Mag Har at this point too. The Mag Har orc.
Yes, I should have mentioned that.
I think that's going to play a large part in renewing Ferox's pride in the Horde.
Yeah, good point.
I guess I should go watch because I'm sure that Novel has something about them.
Yeah, a recent one actually, pretty recent, like a day or two.
It's a crazy story. Like why we're going to recruit them, which I don't want to throw out there because it's spoilers, but oh my God, it's going to be insane.
Interesting.
I don't know it, but I'm excited because that's what I forgot to mention. If I am maining a warrior, starting with level 20 Magar and going all the way up, and that doing that, I want that heritage armor too.
Yeah, that heritage armor looks good. The orcs with the upright postures now, they're just looking so mean.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
God damn it!
I went back.
God damn it!
Just what I thought.
Hey, Dan, just remember, if you need to get out, just have twins again. You'll be fine.
Pop out a couple more.
Just talk to the wifey. Say, hey, I really can't be playing this game. Can you help me out? For all time's sake.
Can you do me a solid and just?
Or maybe can you do me 2 solids?
She'll say, we love our kids, but we're done.
Snip, snap, snip, snap, snip, snap. You got this, man.
Snap, exactly. Oh, God.
Anyway.
I was going to say, I went back and watched something about the world trees. Because I was like, why are these special? Apart from the fact that a bunch of people live.
Oh, yeah, I need to watch that. So there's more than one?
Yeah, there are more than one. And
5?
They were planted 6, I think. One of them might be the one that was destroyed, though. I think there are 6. But they were planted as part of a plan to remove old god corruption. So I'm like, I don't know if they're going to go that direction, but it kind of interests me from the, like, this could be bad for more reasons than just, hey, we kind of totally pissed off the Alliance.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people. I mean, Blizzard has done an amazing job at like putting little breadcrumb trails to amazing quest lines that unlock crazy, like not cool. I mean, just cool, one-off mounts and stuff. But the quest lines to do these things are insanely just. I don't understand how people do this. They dedicate hours and hours of time on Discord forums and groupthink, and it's just crazy what they're how they figure these things out. I totally lost my train of thought.
Right. You were talking about the world trees and just the mini quest.
Oh yeah. So with the world trees, there's a puzzle box of Yogg Saron, I think, which is one of the old gods that was in Ulduar. Oh dear.
Beat me to it.
And there's a reference there to like the fifth world tree being lit aflame and it being the torch to light their way, something along those lines.
What?
Very cryptic.
Ooh,
And then you get
the
the
torch
burning
to
of
light their
Teldrassil.
way.
Yes. So there's still
I
one
like
old
it.
god left. So
What? It's a prophecy.
I like
They
it.
know.
So
I
Blizzard
like it.
hasn't been on the old god hype. They're hyping the faction war, but anyone that's been really paying attention to like the behind the scenes, low key stuff going on in Legion knows that there's some heavy old god influence on the horizon.
And I mean, there's even theories about when War Chief guy, the troll.
Vol'jin?
Yeah, when he said, the spirits had appeared to him and told him to make Sylvanas the next war chief. Like, there are theories that the old gods were kind of getting in there, like, hey, we're going to appear to him as spirits and let him think that this is the way to go because we know that she's going to do, whatever.
Well, the trolls have their own thing of gods. They have the Loa. And Vol'jin's Loa is the Loa of Death.
Oh, interesting.
We end up pursuing something along those lines while we go to Zandalar. And Blizzard hinted a long time ago about there being some quest about Thrall going around with Vol'jin's Urn of Ashes. So we're going to get some references back to those guys. And
yeah.
Well, in the first raid, isn't it an old god testing facility essentially? Wasn't it something like that? So
a Titan testing facility where they were testing old god stuff. And the boss there is actually the blood god Gahoon. He's like a big maggot.
Oh, even better.
But so it's pretty neat. He's got some neat lore about he's like intercepting souls. So the Death Loa of Vol'jin isn't able to get the souls. Juan Samdi is the name of that Death Loa. It's just there's so much good lore. I can't stop exaggerating how much the lore is so good this go around.
Yeah. One of the points that another channel that's really cool is Hazel Nutty Games. She was talking about how she really never followed the lore before. Like what Jen was saying, the problem, the Final Fantasy XIV comparison is how, okay, you miss a text thing or you're not really following the story. You're just enjoying the game and playing it and end game and everything. But this time around now, it's like people are invested. These cinematics are bringing out all these emotions and people want to know. People are going back and finding out who these people were like we're doing. I didn't know who Jaina was, but I saw that trailer and I was like, fuck, I need to know right now so I can, be ready.
Yes.
And
I was thinking about we've had 6 war chiefs now? Like, we've had a tragic history of war chiefs. And I got really interested. I'm like, well, what's the Alliance been up to? They've had a father and a son, and then the son of that son. It's like, I don't know, the Alliance kind of works a little bit differently. They all have kings of their respective factions.
Right, but it's the Alliance, so it's all
the Alliance under the king.
Oh, the human king is the leader of the Alliance?
Yeah.
And everyone's cool with that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, cool enough.
Interesting. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Whereas the Horde is more like a band of misfits, kind of with no place. We've been displaced from our homes.
Right.
We all kind of operate under the war chief.
Yeah, I don't know. This Sylvanas has always kind of irked me. She's always had me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, she's always kind of. I don't trust the Force. What?
Traitor.
No. Yeah, the Forsaken have never really been. I don't know. Forsaken have always kind of freaked me out. The undead.
What was your first character ever in this game? What race?
A night elf druid.
Nice.
It's funny. Mine was a night elf rogue.
Mine was a night elf druid too. That's pretty funny.
Orc rogue for me.
That wasn't even on my own account. I got my own account. I went to the blood elf, and I've been playing the paladin ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burning Crusade came out. Horde got paladin, and I was all in.
I kind of started as Alliance. Well, I mean,
justice reigns.
It's not that I had.
It's okay. You've seen the error of your ways, and you're.
It's not that I had any particular attachment to that. I just, that's how it went. And
they were prettier.
I had to finally get. They are prettier. I had to finally get it through my head that nobody is really the bad guy, except for right now. We kind of feel like the bad guy, but it's okay. We'll come around. It'll be fine. But anywho, I think we've probably beaten this horse to a point where it can be.
Yeah, we need to get back into the real world, guys.
I know. There's demons to be killed, and
yeah, I think I'm on lap 549 of Dalaran right now.
Yeah, I was doing that too.
I'm already doing my second transmog run in Blackrock Foundry right now.
I would have been in there.
I know he didn't offer.
Hey, I'm just soloing it on my second character. I'll do it on a third one later if this damn mace doesn't drop.
I just felt I was a little too distracted in the first half of the podcast there.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea
what we were doing.
That's funny.
We started the podcast on the hardest boss too, so
I had no idea what was happening in the game, and it's really hard for our listeners at home. It's really hard to divide attention, and I don't usually do that because I have to be the the guiding light over here, which feels like a mistake, but that's what's up.
And I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gaming every time we record.
And I
just have to find a way to press buttons.
I don't really know what was going on in that boss fight, but I know we did a lot of running back and forth, and there was fire. That's pretty much.
You just had to make the ads die on the other ads, and that's it. They took their shield down.
Oh, see, I had no idea that there was an objective. I was just like, we're killing things forever. This is not ending.
There were bombs to pick up and drop on other places.
Oh, is that the iron or the black forge or whatever thingy?
Yeah, you nailed it.
I was like, I was there for a good 20 minutes. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, and then there was these arrows on the side. It's like, what's this over here?
The reason that fight took longer than it probably should have is probably me, because I was just not doing that. That's for sure.
She was throwing flowers at us.
Look, to be fair, I have never done.
Sorry, that was tranquility, by the way.
I've never done most of these things, and I certainly could have used a little bit of an explanation as to what was going on.
I was trying to talk and type different things. Trying to talk about WoW and type about WoW.
It's not easy to do. I know. It's cool. We got her done. And we have now officially, I think, finished the show.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Matt.
Thank you for having me. Matt Woot.
The hype is real.
The hype
Absolutely.
is
we expect to see you all in the real world.
Yes.
Of Warcraft.
Damn it, Dan.
All right, later all.
Bye.
Take it easy.
Later.